Had a good break. We are going live again here. So next section of the presentation or conference is focusing on some of the IESA successful initiatives with various state governments. We have Electropreneur Park Bhubaneswar, which listening to a message from Manas Panda. Let me do an introduction to Mr. Manas Panda. He's director of STPI Bhubaneswar and also the EP Bhubaneswar director. So Shri Manas Ranjan Panda is the jurisdiction director of Software Technology Park of India, STPI Bhubaneswar under Ministry of Electronics and IT. Government of India, which is responsible for promoting exports of software and services from state of Odisha, Bihar and Jharkhand and also northeastern states. Mr. Panda graduated in Electronics and Communication Engineering and backed by MBA. He is associated with STPI and served in various capacities at STPI Noida, STPI Kolkata in the past. Sri Panda is instrumental in bringing blue chip IT companies to Bhubaneswar and played a phenomenal role in growth of IT exports from the state. He is one of the most visible and popular faces of government to the IT industry. Under his dynamic leadership, STPI Bhubaneswar and IT sector has grown manyfold in the state of Odisha. He is the main architect of creating high-speed data communication network of STPI Bhubaneswar, which caters more than 100 corporates with bandwidth of more than 1 gigabit capacity today. Mr. Panda is also member of board of OCAC, Special Single Window Clearance Committee of IT Investment, Odisha Startup Council, Triple IT Research Committee, and various high-level committees constituted by Government of Odisha and Government of India. He's contributed significantly in drafting and implementing various policies like state ICT policy, startup policy, right way, IT park, e-governance, and SEZ, etc. Mr. Panda is continuously working on promoting bilateral trade relationship with other countries and state of Odisha. Sri Panda is a great motivator. His acumen of proactiveness, cooperative, and complementary approach has made him a good leader and become extremely popular among industries and government. Now over to Mr. Manas Panda for his messaging about EP Bhubaneswar initiative of IESA.
Namaskar. Good afternoon all. It is my pleasure to address the Vision Summit 2021 organized by India Electronics and Semiconductor Association, in short IESA, which is engaged in development of a vibrant Indian electronics and system design manufacturing hub. Electronics, as all of us are aware, that the electronics industry is the world's largest and fastest growing industry and is increasingly finding application in all sectors of the economy. The electronic system design space has gathered a lot of steam in the last couple of years. In India, the demand for hardware is fueled by a variety of drivers, which includes high growth rate of the economy, emergence of a vast domestic market. With wide application across industries, India's demand for electronics and component has been growing over last decade, led by a growing economy, higher disposable income, rising middle class, and evolving technology. The country's demand is projected at $400 billion by 2025. With the growing convergence of information, communication, and entertainment has given a new impetus to demand for electronics hardware. This provides a huge opportunity for India to become an electronic system design manufacturing hub, ESDM hub, to meet its domestic requirement as well as the global requirement. Most of the demand is presently being met through import. This has serious economic and strategic implication for all the country, for our country. At the present rate of import, the electronics import could overtake the oil import bill soon if it is therefore become very, very important that India develops its own capability in indigenous product development. The Government of India has identified growth of electronics hardware manufacturing sector as a thrust area and taken various measures, lot of measures to stimulate the growth of electronics ESDM industries in the country, including uh, announcement of national policy on electronics in 2019. The Government of India gives already given highest priority to the electronic hardware manufacturing sector, and it is one of the most important pillar of both Make in India and Digital India programs. Implementation of scheme programs under the aegis of National Policy on Electronics 2019 has successfully consolidated the foundations of a competitive Indian ESDM value chain. There are a lot of government initiatives, incentives, schemes like the PLI scheme for large-scale electronics manufacturing, schemes for promoting manufacturing of electronics component and semiconductor, the EMC2 scheme, the MCIP, the Electronics Development Fund or EDS, and so on. And these schemes, I hope, will definitely boost the electronic manufacturing in the country, where electronics design, system designs will play an instrumental role for meeting the goal desired objectives. The electronic hardware manufacturing is one of the main program of government of India, and as a part of this initiative, and in order to build the leadership and next wave budding entrepreneur in the emerging sector of technology, STPI under Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Government of India, uh, with support from uh, various the respective state governments, is setting up Center of Entrepreneurship or COEs in specific domain spread across the country. And these Center of Entrepreneurship run as domain-specific specialized facility for startups, for industries in the area of emerging technology, where the highest standard and best practices in terms of infrastructure, technology, leadership, mentoring, training, R&D, funding, networking for that particular given domain area will be made available to all these startups community and researchers. And this will help in accelerating innovation, enabling industry-oriented research, promoting adoption of data-driven decision-making by enterprises, enabling appropriate skill and talent development in specific domain, as well as creating a right ecosystem to attract industry. Each of our COEs, basically these are collaborated with institution of its repute for partnership linkage, for knowledge, mentoring and networking, uh, collaboration with technical partner for technological partner for technical support, as well as providing a test bed for design, development and creation of prototype, testing and testing the complete product life cycle. And the focus is to build the entire focus for setting up these kind of COEs are to build technology brand and IP targeting emerging global market while catering to the indigenous need as well. Electropreneur Park Bhubaneswar is a center of entrepreneurship or COE on ESDM specific incubation, ESDM domain specific domain, which is one of such initiatives set up by STPI, a very, very unique collaborative model with state government, academia, and industry associations. EP Bhubaneswar or Electropreneur Park Bhubaneswar, which is the second of its kind after successful implementation EP at Delhi, New Delhi. This Electropreneur Park at Bhubaneswar is well equipped with state-of-art advanced lab, plug-and-play facility for incubators, those who are onboarded within this COE. EP Bhubaneswar is supported by IESA as an implementing partner and helping in accelerating innovation in different problem areas, enabling industry-oriented research and development of the talent pool in the ESDM domain, provide assistance during prototyping, development, and commercializing of the product. This EP, which is a collaborative project between Government of Odisha and STPI, set up with a vision to create a holistic ecosystem and encourage R&D, innovation, entrepreneurship in the field of ESDM in the state of Odisha. Here, we have collaborated with industry leaders, industry house like Texas Instrumentation to help startups in design and manufacturing. We collaborated with IIIT as our academic partner and IESA as an implementing partner. We have also collaborated with a lot of ecosystem partners such as Excel Point, Startup Odisha, TAI Bhubaneswar chapter, a huge mentor pool of industry stalwarts led by Sri Pradeep Gupta ji of Cyber Media as a chief mentor. He has always very pro and he is fully dedicated for this program, and many other industry stalwarts who have been constantly providing technical as well as strategic mentorship to the incubators startups. Basically the focus area of Electropreneur Park Bhubaneswar are energy, process control, industrial automation, education, smart applications, disasters management, healthcare and agriculture. And this, we are not only limiting to this, but whenever we see there is some potential startup or a creative, innovative idea comes in a different sector also, they are most welcome. And we are not limiting ourselves to these numbers, but the strategic goal of EP Bhubaneswar is in 5 years time frame, we want to create a successful startup of 40 numbers minimum and with more than 25 patents and create enormous employment opportunity within the state. The way there are a lot of programs running within the EP Bhubaneswar already, and they are pre-incubation program, or those are in ideation stage for a period of 3 to 6 months, incubation program for a period of 18 to 36 months. There are also virtual incubation program for startup who are outside Bhubaneswar, as well as acceleration program for the mature startups. We offer the seed fund support to the selected startup to kickstart their operation. Also support them in terms of accessing them to the component bank available within the Electropreneur Park, and also we facilitate other investment and funding support along with market connect and piloting support. And I'm confidently, I want to mention here before the August gathering that any prototype can be easily made within this Electropreneur Park by any startup or innovators using our state-of-art ESDM lab and the digital fabrication lab, which is one of its kind in the entire eastern part of the country. And we have equipment ranging from very high-end testing and measuring equipment, power supply equipment, and so on. We are also in process of going ahead with second phase of procurement of various which will cover so like alternative energy lab, optics lab, agriculture, agri-tech lab, communication lab, and the process for procurement of the second phase lab equipment already we have initiated. Our startups are working in very niche areas, and they are continuously experimenting experiments and design application on different sectors, starting ranging from agri-tech to healthcare to edutech, energy, disaster management, drone, IoT, and other deep tech areas as well. We have recently launched our resource center, which is a repository of various resources in the ESDM, and also a design library which shall provide uh, reference designs to the startup innovators. They can have access to the reference design from the industry, but these different designs we have got from source from industry partners like Xilinx, TI, Texas Instruments, Microchip, ADI, and for all kind of wide range of product model, including power supply, sensor, control board, uh, which is to cater the need of the products of our startups. Here we also supported the in terms of providing sample boards, design software tools, component and test platform for the startup, technical mentoring support from industry experts, from academias, also periodic, there are a lot of periodic hands-on sessions, uh, pre-loaded video sessions by the mentors, chief mentors, industry experts for guiding the startup in selecting their components, sensors, etc. during piloting, implementation stage. So all these things are already well designed, well defined within this AP program at Bhubaneswar. Recently, we conducted few programs which I thought it is I need to highlight here. The Safe India Hackathon. It is basically to find out solution during the pandemic to help people facing the difficulties of the lockdown and providing them healthcare solution. And I am surprised to know that we have received during the lockdown cell more than 5,000 plus registration with more than 600, 700 plus proposals. And the second hackathon, which is an ongoing hackathon, Scout. Scout is a Smart City hackathon, Smart City Challenge program. The full form is Smart City Challenge and Outcome for Urban Transformation. And here, the startup, the researcher, the students community, they have been given predefined problem statement, and they were expected to come up with the solution in various smart city applications, which covers healthcare, criminal identification, tool management, then health parameter monitoring, then your storage management system, then energy analysis, predictive maintenance, real-time monitoring of smart city infrastructure, and so on. We have selected 36 startups, those for acceleration. They are mentored by and evaluated, mentored by the partners of this program, like Excel Point, Xilinx, Microchip, EDI, L&T, Smart City, Bhubaneswar Smart City, Sapurji Palamji, Singapore IoT Consortium. So these are the partner. So they finalize the solution. They mentor and they evaluate, they mentor all these 36 startup in terms of converting their ideas to the POC. And finally, the plan is the winning POC will then get implemented in real life. And the objective is also to bring out state-of-art made in India solution and thus give a future boost to the idea of Atmanirbhar Bharat. To encourage innovation at a grassroots level, here with the Electropreneur Bhubaneswar, we have started an initiative called EP Club, which is a student-led innovative knowledge sharing community platform for students and innovators. The prime objective behind this club is to encourage the talent and brainstorming ideas of students and innovators in the technical institution, in the universities, school levels. The goal is to groom and nurture the ESDM skill of students to convert their idea into successful prototypes, successful products. After Bhubaneswar has seen very high growth in the entrepreneurial activities in the IT and electronics ESDM sector, ESDM domain in the state of Odisha. And state of Odisha has already declared ESDM as a priority sector. And we have got a strategic roadmap for the ESDM sector, which is in place. We have got a established dedicated EMC around more than 200 acre. It is notified EMC. The cluster is having all kind of minimum common facility, lab facility, everything is built. The lab is coming up very huge lab facility is coming up inside the EMC. And with this state government is very ambitious plan to create a complete life cycle of ecosystem from identifying a talent, nurturing a startup, supporting to convert as a small SME enterprises and accelerate as a leader of big enterprise. The presence of digital fab lab, the presence of electrical park Bhubaneswar, the presence of EMC combinedly, I can see there is a greater significance for the and opportunity for the startup and ESDM industry in the state of Odisha. As an added initiative and to promote the successful in the ESDM startups, the state is offering a preferential allotment and in the EMC and access to the common central facility center CFC, which is comprising of various R&D facility, PCB prototyping, PCB assembly, test and measurement equipment facility, reliability lab. So once they graduate from the EP, they can get access to the EMC in terms of availing this facility, and subsequently for mass production, there is a preparation allotment for allotting land in terms of they can create their own manufacturing facility within the EMC. So finally, the essence, these plan initiative and the kind of capacity building program being undertaken by STPI and combinedly with Government of Odisha, to boost the building the right ESDM ecosystem, innovation, and facilitate a larger proportion of the value addition across the electronics design value chain take place in the state in coming days. Once again, I'd like to congratulate IESA for successfully organizing the Vision Summit 2021 and extend my sincere thanks for inviting me to address this session. And at last, I'd like to mention to all the august audience present here that the second OCP challenge competition is on. You can go through the EP Bhubaneswar website and you can also apply if you have any innovative idea, innovative solution. With this, I'd like to thank once again to the organizer. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Panda, for enlightening the audience about EP Bhubaneswar and the policies of government of Odisha. Is he joining for Q&A? Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Panda, thanks for joining us for the live Q&A. Just give me one moment, to pick some of the questions from the audience here. Just 1 second, please.